Hello, and thank you for tuning into this episode of Animals and Ames. My name is Ron Edwards. I'm the Animal Control Supervisor here for the Ames Animal Shelter and Animal Control Program. And our first guest today is the squirrely Coda. Coda is 1 year old. He is a purebred Australian Shepherd, and he has lots of energy. It's really common for these guys to have strong herding, Herding, herding instincts, and he definitely has some of those. So we're actually looking for a home with no small children. Sometimes kids get to playing, and these type of dogs will try and get them hurdled into a corner, into a small group. So they're not always the best dog for small kids. Someone that has experience with the Australian Shepherd breed is always a good match. If you've had them before, he is a full-size Australian Shepherd. Again, lots of energy, very playful. He does have some behaviors that obviously would be important to train him. He pulls on the leash a bit. He also, got an itch there? Got an itch. He also tends to be a little mouthy, and not in the sense that he's trying to bite, but again, just some of those herding behaviors that we see common with this breed. So he is just an absolutely gorgeous dog. He was surrendered here to us because they were moving and could no longer keep him. Something that we talk about all the time on the show, whether it's a dog, a cat, a guinea pig, a rabbit, whatever the case is, we're looking for someone that's going to make a lifetime commitment for these guys. Their lifetime, their lifespan. We need someone that's going to be willing to, we need someone that's going to be willing to make that commitment to them, to make sure that they're going to be happy and safe in their home, and they're going to get the training that they need to be a good canine citizen in the community. So if you are interested here in Coda, come on down to the Ames Animal Shelter. We would love to introduce you to him and see if he might be a good pet to fit in your family. And our next guest with us today is Willow. Willow was also an owner-surrendered dog. The owner could no longer afford to care for her. She is, we're thinking that she's kind of maybe a Border Collie, Labrador Retriever mix. So again, with the Border Collies, they're very similar to Australian Shepherds like Coda. Sometimes they tend to be a little bit more of a herding breed. With Willow here, we've noticed that she probably hasn't been around a lot of small kids, so we're looking for a home with her where she's not going to be exposed to a lot of small kids. We had an interaction with her here at the shelter, and although it wasn't bad, it kind of gave us a little glimpse into she's probably going to be a little bit better in a situation where it's just an adult home, where she doesn't have kids running around and playing and doing things that kids like to do. Again, we didn't have a bad experience here, but we just think that's going to be a better fit for her, and we're always looking at making the best match possible between our furry friends here at the shelter and the families that come in to adopt them here. So again, she's a very sweet dog. The biggest problem with her is that unfortunately in the kennel, she tends to react negatively when people come walking by if she doesn't know them. So it just takes a few treats and then she really warms up to people and just melts. Very treat motivated, which is going to be great for her in training. She does know how to sit. Can you sit, Willow? Sit down, sit. Good girl. Can you shake? Look at that, good girl. So she's got the sit and the shake down pat. Of course, we want to make sure that all these dogs are good canine citizens and they're going to be safe in the community with other animals, with all people. But she is just a very sweet, loving dog. She's past those puppy stages where she's not going to chew on everything. She does appear to be housebroken. We've heard that both with Coda and with Willow here from the previous owners. So if you are looking for a dog, these are the two dogs that we have here at the Ames Animal Shelter. Come on down. We'd love to see if they're going to fit in with your family. And our next guest with us today is Trunks. Trunks is a 3-month-old little kitten here, gray and white kitten, kind of short hair. But I wanted to bring Trunks on to show the importance of keeping, I don't know how well we can see that on the camera, there was a wound caused by a Cuterebra, which is from the botfly larva. What it does is those larvae actually will embed themselves typically in the neck, around the ears and face of these little critters like this. And it's really just a disgusting thing to happen. If you want to Google or go to YouTube and look at botfly, you can kind of see what happens. And this is a perfect example of why a cat should always be kept indoors, always. Number one, it's the law here in Ames. It's for the cat's safety. There's a lot of parasites, of course the dangers of cars, wild animals, dogs running loose, things like that. So many reasons why these guys should be kept indoors at all times. They're just too small and too tiny and too fragile for so many of the dangers that are out there, not just in our community, but in so many communities across the United States. And again, the botfly is just a horrible thing, and these larvae actually have to be surgically removed. He's just going to hang out here on my shoulder. They have to be surgically removed. We worked with our friends at Somerset. Now he's going to nibble my ear. Are you purring? They have to be surgically removed to get them out of them. And if they're not removed, they can die from an infection. So just a really gross thing that we have to deal with. And again, if cats are kept indoors, they're not going to be exposed to all of the dangers that they are. So let's keep Trunks and all the other animals that are adopted here from the Ames Animal Shelter or elsewhere indoors. Keep them safe. We hear a lot of times people talking about, the cat's always been outdoor cat and always had access to the outdoors. And the reality is it's not safe for them. There's cats that it can live outdoors for all its life and then determine that it can live indoors comfortably. It will live well and safe, and the most important thing is that they're going to thrive indoors. So if you are interested here in this little kitty, Trunks, again, he's 3 months old, he's neutered, he's ready to be adopted. We're accepting applications on him. Come on down to the Ames Animal Shelter and you can meet this little fella here and let him climb all over you and see if he might be a perfect match for your family. Well, that's our show for today. You've seen all of the dogs that we have available for adoption. So Willow and Coda are the 2 dogs here that we have in the building. We have 13 cats and kittens that are available for adoption. You can see them all on our website, which is amesanimalshelter.org. Kitten's still in here, wants to play now. We also have 2 rabbits. One rabbit has the bonded buddies that are still here. Hello. That are still here waiting for their forever home. And we also have a single rabbit that is available for adoption, a beautiful white lion head bunny that is available for adoption. So that's all the furry friends that we have here at the Ames Animal Shelter. Check out our website and you can see pictures of all of them. And in a lot of cases we have information about them that you can see for their adoption. So come on down to the Ames Shelter and we'd love to introduce some of these furry friends to you.